Hello. All right. Welcome to another installment of Luna's Art Archive Project. Today we are in a personal dojo owned by Raphael. And I think that's probably the Kino side, if I remember correctly. So this was the scariest house I ever built. This is where I really stepped up my game, really, and I kind of had to because this was my first house swap. It was Gizmos and Gadgets 2017, and my very first person I ever for a swap was Rat Bill. And I don't know if any of y'all have seen Rat Bill's work. You need to. If you haven't, it's flippin' amazing. He was my idol, like the person that I really wanted to be, like, to be able to decorate like, and then he's the one I have to build a house for, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to build a house for Rat Bill. How am I gonna do this? So I knew I had to step up my game 100-fold. So I decided to build. So I had just recently watched, I think it was Ocarina had made a video touring some house, and there was a frog lock wearing a mask, like one of those like Zorro masks. And she made a comment, that kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle. And it snowballed from there. And I just ended up making a Ninja Turtle house. So to start off with, I decided to build an entire cityscape. In this is literally half of the front room of the dojo. Um, so I got the moon up there. I built every single one of these buildings by hand. Each one of these are all individual, well, these are the backs of greeting cards actually, and individual railings, all by hand. I actually got carpal tunnel building this house, and I always hated how, like, I've seen it in other people's houses, but you kind of have to do it this way, where it just kind of, when you have a path and then you don't want people to go to the end of that path, you just put something there to block it or whatever. And people come up with creative ways to be able to get around that. What I did was just try to make a perspective kind of thing. So it's really just the buildings just got smaller, but it kind of looks like the what a perspective would look like. And so that's what I tried to do. The lines on the ground are bedrolls. Because I didn't want to waste so much white marble. I didn't have very much. Um, and then the fire hydrants are actually made out of candy and a pool ball, a cue ball. So yeah, I was just trying to make a miniature little city. I got drains, smog, manholes, which is actually like a cup and then the coin of the coiner thing or whatever, and trying to make different steps and just kind of try to make it look like a city, really. Made the light posts, another fire hydrant, and then so down here, which now of course I'm gonna have to try my interface for. So over here we have a manhole cover that is open and a note that says, should you go down this manhole, you will more than likely end up in the sewers. Are you okay with that? It's probably stinky, wet, and nasty down there. But on the other hand, maybe there is something to see down there. I guess you'll just have to decide for yourself. As for me, I think it just might be worth it. And of course, it's signed by April. So that's April O'Neil. I was trying to give hints like, what could this be? So yeah, so empty, open manhole cover, and oops, come on. There we go. Down into the sewer. So this is actually right on the other side of this wall is the city. So this is still in the front room of the dojo, and I just kind of crammed it all in here. And so this is the second half, guild hall door, and just tried to make it look as sewery as possible, with the different textures and stuff. There's really not a lot of building blocks in this house. It's mostly items, but thankfully it has an item count of 1,200, so with expanders. So I made a little trash can, the garbage bags, got the flies, pizza boxes, of course, because, it's Ninja Turtles. And it says, Mikey, we voted you lost, so it's your turn to take the trash out, Raph. And of course, he hasn't taken the trash out yet, so yeah. The pizza boxes are just presents sunk down and just enough so that you just see that. And then this is railings that are standing vertical and then make the words up like that. So yay. Again, still trying to make it look like a sewer. If we come over here, this is Rat Bill's room, or AKA Splinter. So Rat Bill is a rat, obviously, and so he says, this crazy Luna, she says I needs to dress up and pretends to be some other rat, but I is Rat Bill. I is not this Splinters or whatever. So it's supposed to be Splinter's room, trying to get, you know, the Japanese or Japanese writing, and then I tried to make um a divider, and so I decorated it kind of like how it is inside the show with. So I got most of my inspiration for this house from the original 1980s Ninja Turtle cartoon, and just tried to kind of. I watched a bunch of episodes, and they don't ever show the whole sewer from that, so I just tried to piece together what I could. And so this is kind of what Splinter's room looked like, and I just made it Rat Bill's room. So, all right. So now we're finally moving on into the second half of the dojo portal, and ta-da! We have Ninja Turtles. So another pizza box. Made this pizza. This is Leonardo. He says, I don't know, Mikey, maybe we should finish this one first. And so there's Mikey over there making another pizza. And so the cheese is plates or bowls turned just slightly enough. And the red pepperonis is the bottom of some Christmas cups. And there's another pizza box under there to kind of hide some of the stuff that's hanging down. It doesn't do that good of a job. And then I wanted to make a checkered tablecloth with all these pillows, and so it kind of worked out, I think. I wish I could have had it hanging over the edge, but it was too much of a fight. I couldn't get it. Um, and so here's Michelangelo, and he says, "Hey dudes, who wants some more awesome pizza?" And so the Ninja Turtles themselves are froglocks, wearing bands and masks, and then they're also wearing a pair of pants that matches their coloring. Because the Ninja Turtles don't actually wear clothes, but otherwise it would have been just those white underweary pants. And then the shells, when froglocks wear shields, there's a gap. And so this is a shield, but it's the shield house item, and I had to actually put it on each froglock to make them look like a Ninja Turtle. And there are, funny thing, no nunchucks except for in a box that I think it's on the marketplace, and I think Jerry or Neko, one of the two made it. Anyways, but there's none that your character could actually wear, so he had to get these instead, and they kind of look like nunchucks. So we got the little sink area. Just I had to fill this area with something, so I just figured, might as well make an oven. They didn't have this inside the show, but you know. Anyway, so Mikey says, let's make more pizza. Leonardo says, nah, not sure. All right, so we're going to go over there last because that's my favorite area. So over here we have Raphael, and he says, I think it would be better if I practiced instead, dude. Sorry. So here we go. We got the same look, and he's got his, I don't know what that's called, baton, maybe? Something. So this is his bed. Raphael's bed. In one episode, it showed them like in sewers, like their beds were in sewer pipes, and so that's what I was mimicking here. And then we have, I think this is Leon. No, this is Donatello's. He's working and fixing stuff. Oh, this is Raphael's, obviously, right there. Oh, Michelangelo. Sorry, I'm a little off. That was Raphael. I'm a little tired. And then lastly, Leonardo's with his katanas. So, this couch, I wanted a dingy, gross looking sewer just brought in off the street couch. This is the fishbone earring pillows with the fishbone just hiding just enough. I had to run back and forth so many times to the guy on the neck docks to be able to get all the pieces for this couch and the couch over there. So, got another sewer pipe. Again, just trying. So this vent up here, I searched and searched and searched. I'm like, I know this thing exists in game and I want it for my Ninja Turtle house. Well, turns out it only exists as an image. Like, here, let me show you, like this, like in here, like one of these images. So it's not actually a real thing, and so I had to build it. So here we go. We have another couch, and so you notice the glitchiness on the TV. And Donatello says, or April says, April O'Neil says, "Hey guys, I think something is wrong with the TV." And Donatello says, "Don't worry, April, I can fix the TV, no problem." So I wanted an old-fashioned TV, and I actually used the glitchiness to make it like snow on the screen. So there you go. Um, got a cord, which is like what that whip, I think, and then it goes to electrical. And here's April. Uh, there is no solid yellow top, so this is the best that she could do. That that I could do with her. So this is my decorator book, but I think I went over everything that I had, whatever. And then this is, see, I had to put these pillows there to cover up the fishbone. And then this is Rat Bill. So he does this cool thing where he makes like decorate designs and stuff. And I was like, I died. I died when I found out it was Rat Bill. I was like, oh my God. Like making like my first house swap, I'm already nervous enough. And then I have to make a house for Rat Bill, who is like my hero. Or, like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even. So, yeah, so he wanted it Tinker themed. I don't like Tinker themed, so I kind of went a little bit off that, but yeah. And so I tried to do, he made a challenge, and yeah. So yeah, so that's it. And again, because of course I always have to make things oh, let me tell you about this. So this pizza spoon, whatever pizza thing, is a mannequin with a baton thing, bow, whatever that thing's called, a stick. And then it's a table because the tiles don't get small enough, and then a round tile because those do get small enough. So there's a wall right behind here. You can't, without the layout editor, you cannot push the table and the mannequin back in there. So my happy little butt got to climb up into the ceiling, like past the break point, like into the blackness where you can fall through the world and situate this stupid thing right there. So, because I had to have that. You have a pizza oven, you got to have that. So yeah, so that's it. That is probably. This is probably my favorite house I ever did. This really, I was scared about having Rat Bill as my first swap person, but at the same time, he really got me to step up my game and to really branch out and do things I had never done before, like climb up into the ceiling and add these little details that up until now I hadn't really added stuff like that. So yeah, so thank you, Rat Bill, for bringing me out of my comfort zone. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here by this stupid pizza thing because good golly, that was a pain. So, all right, thank you for joining me once again. I hope you join me again for the next one, and bye.